And that's a lie as well, because as you can see, somebody's been drinking it. Look at that. Hey, I'm filming in here. Good evening, folks. Here we are again, another Saturday night, another Whisky Talk. The third one, to be exact. Becoming a bit of a habit, this, isn't it? So I either quit while I'm ahead, or I bash on, not paying any attention to public opinion. So I'm going to bash on. Anyway, I think I know what you're saying right now. You're talking about this scarf, aren't you? Well, this is a very special scarf. Just look at the quality of that. You see the crochet work there? That is handmade, hand crocheted in Scotland by a wee old lady in the Isle of Skye, and shipped all the way over here. Actually, as a part of that, that's not true. It was actually my sister that did this, but the rest is true. No, she doesn't live on the Isle of Skye. The rest of it is true, though. Actually, you know what? She's not wee either. She's actually quite tall. But the rest, the old part, is, you know what, I'm lying again. She's actually younger than I am. I'm the one that's ancient, not her. Anyway, thanks, Alison. I love it. So, I know what some of you are saying. You're saying, ha ha, the Leafs lost. And all my Vancouver viewers, of which there's probably 0, I don't know. But if you are laughing, you can laugh all you like, because I don't care. When you get to my seasoned age and you support the teams that I support, you get very familiar with losing. It's just, you know, water off a duck's back. No problem whatsoever. And I can talk freely, openly and warmly about the game tonight on both teams' efforts. I'll get to that later on. I have been somewhat criticised online by, I guess there's people out there that do chip in with some comments, and they're saying, you know, for someone that purports to review whiskey and review hockey games, doesn't really do any of those things. And they're probably right. I start off with the best intentions. I do try the whiskey, don't get into too much details, and I do attempt to review the games as well, and that doesn't really go anywhere, and then I kind of end up wandering in the forest, and Lord knows what happens after that. Not really in control of this. It's organic, right? Anyway, so will we start with the whiskey again like we usually do? Yes, we will. I've made the decision. Here's my coaster. The dude there, Jeff Bridges, not doing too well right now, apparently. He's got cancer, I think. I just heard that a couple of days ago. I didn't know. Lymphoma, something like that. Anyway, he seems like he's in good spirits, so all the best to him. And here's the whiskey in question. That's it in its glass. This is it in its box. And this is the bottle. It's a very attractive bottle. Look at that wee number, eh? Is that not pretty? They do a good job in marketing, I'll tell you that. And look at that. Look at that. That is a honking cork. Better be careful what I say sometimes here, eh? It goes back in the wee box. There it goes. You know, so let's make a better attempt at trying to give you a wee bit more background on some of these whiskies. Don't know much about this one other than I think that it's going to be a polite whiskey and probably quite sweet as well. I think it's Highland. Speyside, maybe? Yeah, I should know this if I'm going to review it, shouldn't I? Anyway, I'll read the bottle here. Single malt Scotch whisky, Cardhu, 12 years old. Cardhu has a generous spirit. That's a good start. It has a generous spirit which flows from two pioneering women, Helen and Elizabeth Cumming, who co-founded and built up the distillery 200 years ago when rural communities were close-knit. Helen Cummings, sorry, you know what? Why did they make it so small? It's absolutely teeny-weeny here. And it's bad light as well, and it's not my eyes. Nothing to do with my eyes. Warned neighbouring distillers of the approach of revenue officials by hoisting a flag. Put the flag up when the taxman was coming. Very clever. When Elizabeth retired, she entrusted her cherished Cardhu to John Walker and Sons. It has become the spiritual home of Johnny Walker. Didn't know that. While its own generous spirit echoes the character of the Cummings of Cardhu. Cardhu is a soft, smooth, Speyside single malt. Speyside, there you go. Malt acclaimed for its elegant style and silky texture. Finest malted barley, pure spring water from the Mannock Hills. Slow traditional distilling and skilled maturation in oak all play their part in its creation. I think they all say something like that. It's always a wee story somewhere on these bottles. And then the rest in French because, you know, Canada. There you go. I shan't read the French rendition. Anyway, so there you go. So here it is in the Glencairn again. It's been sitting here for a wee while. I've put my usual wee drop of whiskey. I've put more whiskey in my whiskey. Put a little bit of water in my whiskey. I don't take ice or any of that kind of stuff. And I don't know why not. I think I've just got into the habit of putting a little dab of whiskey there. I kind of like what it does to it. Anyway, so we're going to have a little drink to the dude here. I'm hoping that he gets better. And I'm also going to honour with a little dram here Walter Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky's dad passed away a couple of days ago. They're calling him Canada's hockey dad over here. And a legendary man, a legendary gentleman, left quite a legacy behind. Here's to those two. Cheers, Walter. Look, I'm going to start sounding like a bunch of the other guys there that know what they're talking about and I don't, with the barley sugar stuff, but I'm getting a little bit of that. I'm getting some... It's very sweet. Not a huge amount of depth there, but very pleasant. The kind of... I mean, I could probably drink a few more of those, and I might to wash away the bad taste of the hockey game tonight. But you know what? What are you going to do? You're going to drink a couple to celebrate. You drink a couple to kind of wash your woes away, perhaps. But that's it. That's all you do. You don't get carried away, folks. Believe me. Drink responsibly. Just like yours truly here. Anyway, I never really did the sniff. I think you're supposed to sniff this first, are you not? What are the rules? I think that was banana. It's certainly sweet. It's very sweet, in fact. I think I might like this one. I think this is going to be a very inoffensive whiskey. Barley sugar, banana, honey. Nuts! I'm smelling nuts. Run. That is the whiff of a 2-game losing streak. That's what that is. Anyway, we'll get on to look. You know what? To prove how nice a guy I am and how these type of losses don't affect me. I've got my little chaser beer here. Whiskey and beer I think they go really nice together. Half and a half. You used to see these wee guys in Scotland at the bar on their own, sitting on a stool, bunnet, nobody talking to them. Kind of grumpy looking people. Always had a dog with them, a wee brown dog with them in the pub, and that's what they would be doing. They would come in and they wouldn't even need to ask for it. The guy would just have it ready for them there, wee nip and a half, right, sort of. So they've got their little whiskey and their little wee half a beer, and they chase them most of the night, probably 8 hours, and then they'd walk home straight, away home. No problem whatsoever. Real men. Anyway, so this here is losing my spot again already. Here you go, West Coast IPA for you Vancouver fans out there. Not actually from BC, it's from a brewery over there. But you get the point, right? Cheers, Vancouver. Thanks for outworking us. Anyway, so on to the game. I think the field is just starting to level itself again. Those 3 games that the Leafs had against Edmonton at the beginning of the week, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, they're very impressive. Outscored Edmonton 13-1, I think it was. And they were by far the better team, but they had the bounces, right? The puck was, they had the run of play there. Edmonton weren't that bad, and maybe the Leafs weren't that good. So now they've come up against another team. You make excuses for Thursday's game against Vancouver because it was a back-to-back for the Leafs. They were tired. I'm not buying it. Tonight, the Leafs were in it. They were in both games. They were in it. I think Vancouver got the bounces tonight, and Thatcher Demko was great, fantastic. And you know what? Maybe Vancouver wanted it just a little bit more. I think the Leafs were very, very a bit too cute at times, trying a few things and punished. That third goal, the killer goal, and a lot of people didn't even know it was in and out so fast. Hoagland, great shot. That was Marner, kind of coughing up there, a little very casual, too many casual passes. And the Leafs top line, they're very frustrated as well. Not a very good game for a couple of guys on that line there. But in fact, the whole line pretty much. Matthews hasn't really been the same since he got hurt, to be honest. I know I'm talking about the Leafs a lot here, but the Vancouver, it's not like Vancouver were fantastically impressive or anything like that, but they worked their arses off, and you could tell that they need the points. They need the points more than the Leafs do. So good luck to them. They deserve it. 4-2, your final. I don't know who the 3 stars were. I kind of went away, got my scarf, and started doing this before I found out who the 3 stars were. But it's got to be that's got to be all Vancouver players, surely. Demko for sure. Miller probably. Besser was great. Horvat is always good. So there you go. I think Vancouver were there for the beating tonight, and the Leafs just couldn't do it. So you're not going to win every game. That light there is still on. I'm not going to turn it off because they lost a game. That's 2 in a row. As it says, that little whiff there, that's the smell of a losing streak. As long as it doesn't develop into 3, 4, 5 or worse, which can happen. So I think I'm going to try and keep these little Whisky Talks short and sweet now, see how I get on. Stretching towards 11, 12, 13 minutes, and you pretty much have no content on the game or whiskey, which is what you're supposed to be talking about. Doesn't seem to make sense. Cardhu is going to get I'm going to give it a score. I'm not going to give it a score. I'm just going to say I'll get it again. I would probably buy that one again, if only for the bottle and the wee story in the back, which is really quite nice. Hey, listen, I've spent most of this week doing a little bit of filming. I'm actually working on my episodic series, An Outlander's Guide to Hockey. So if you are a hockey fan and you haven't checked it out, you should. I'm going to leave a couple of links here, maybe up there. I don't know where it shows up because I'll add that later in post-production, I think they call it. Thanks for tuning in again. Please consider subscribing if you like the gibberish that is coming out of this brain. Yes, there is a brain. So subscribe if you like. Give us a wee like there. If you work it out, I had to explain how to a few people how to do that. It's the red thumbs up, mum, not this one. If it's like that, that means you don't like it. Maybe she didn't like it. I don't know. Anyway, cheers for now. All the best, and I'll see you again.